Hello, hello, hello everyone. I hope you're all having a most wonderful Tuesday evening. It is Tuesday today. Dear Lord. I've been streaming on so many different kinds of days lately, I just completely forgot what kind of which day it is. But yeah, welcome in. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm gonna be working on some game dev art. Gonna continue working on this dirt material that I started a while back.
Hi, I am lurking.
Welcome in, Pesta. I hope you enjoy your luck, and I really appreciate that you're here. Take good care of yourself, and good luck with whatever you wish to do during your luck. But yeah, gonna be working on this dirt material. Gonna be adding some rocks and pebbles to it. Hopefully will look somewhat decent. I just gotta remember how to do stuff like that. I'm gonna have to look at some of my older stuff. 34 degrees. I'm trying not to die. Jesus, Pesta, good luck with that. I wish you the very best. Feel free to send over that weather to me. I wouldn't mind 34 degrees. Let me pull some game dev stuff up. Mountain path tutorial. Okay, so this is an old dirt path that I made a long time ago. Through a tutorial. So this isn't even my own dirt path. This is like something I made through a tutorial, as I just said. Just repeating myself. Can I? Why? Okay, there we go. So what does that look like? That looks like that for now. Good luck. If it gets a bit more bearable, I'll be a bit more active. Don't worry about it. Take care of yourself. Jesus Christ, that looks complicated. Ooh, Substance Designer is a fairly complicated program. I still haven't fully learned it myself, which is why I'm practicing. But welcome in, T. I hope you're having a most wonderful Tuesday evening. I use a slope blur there. Oh no, shape splatter. That's the kind of thing I need. So, shape splatter. There we go. Okay. So pattern 1. I guess I need to use a gradient map. Gradient. Is it not a gradient map that I need? What the fuck do I need? It is a gradient map, so why gradient map? It needs to be the other way around, is it? Oh, okay. I can just turn that into a grayscale like that. Okay, sure, fine. Then what do I do with this now? Background height. X amount. Let's go back to this graph and have a look at the. So, oh, right, yes, of course. I need to plug this into here. What is going on there? I'm utterly confused as to why things are the way they are over here. Okay. Well done. Interesting. Take all, friend. I prefer 10 degrees less than the cell. Alright, alright. Just send it over. There's a room in the freezer for two. So I'm stick in the UK today too. I'm sorry to hear that. If we snack on the frozen raspberries, there might be just enough space. Wonderful. Gonna go make iced coffee. Hell yeah. Enjoy. Enjoy. Now I gotta figure out why it's acting like this. Pattern. Height. True. Height offset multiplier. Conform to background. No, I don't want conform to background. Too much smooth. Conform background. Skew BG slope. Is that something? That does something, but not exactly what I want, I don't think. Cut out black pixels. True. So. Huh? Okay, maybe I need a levels thing here. Okay, how can I eliminate that? That's how I can eliminate that. Okay, I had some strange pixel stuff going on. What the fuck is that? Why is that there? Hello? Okay, let me add a transform layer here. A transform thing. Can I get rid of... can I like just crop something out? How about I just make it just a tiny bit bigger? Okay, that kind of starts to look normal now. So, size, scale random. Scale no overlap. Sure what that does. Scale map multiplier. Not entirely sure what that does either. Size ratio from background slope. Not entirely sure about that either. Position random. Vector map multiplier. Rotation should also be completely random. Rotation from BG slope. Okay, so I kind of have something going on now. Height offset. Not sure what the height offset does exactly. Height offset random. Height scale. Okay. I just kind of want to see how that would look like. View in 3D, and then we put that into there. Let's turn off the color at the moment. Let's get a grayscale input. Actually, I need a gradient thingy. Gradient editor. I just hit this thing. There we are. No height. No, it is S, I think. Is it? I don't remember. That's hue. S. Saturation. Where is brightness? V value. It's 255. Ugh. That's a bit annoying. Hey, yeah. Okay. So are the pebbles noticeable now? They are somewhat noticeable, but they are quite flat in some of them. So what if I need to do something about the height then? Height offset. And conform to background. I don't want that. I want them to stand out from the background. Height scale. Probably don't want random then. Should probably have this to 0. They should be that flat. Height scale auto adjust. True. No. Let me have a look at this graph. How did I do it here? How was the height? Height offset was 1. Height offset random was 0.5 roughly. Height scale was 4. Height random 0.25. Skew from background slope is something I had there. Okay. So skew from background slope was about 0.5. Height offset was at 1. I think height offset random was 0.5-ish. Don't think I had that. Height scale was 4? Was it really? Feels like too much. Let me have a look over here. 5 on skew from background. Okay. 0.25 on scale random, 4 on scale, height scale. 0 there's 0.53 there. Okay. Interesting. So this was 5. Five there. And then 4. This was 0.25. And that was roughly that. 0.53. Is that really what I had? Do I need to make this different, maybe? I feel like the rocks and pebbles are kind of too flat still. Is it maybe the background that's a bit too intense? Oh. Yeah, something's definitely happened here. That might have been a bit too much. I feel like things are a bit too much over here as well. Height scale might be a bit too much. Is it? No. Uh. Hmm. Oh, maybe I should have had auto adjust on. That does seem to help a bit. Okay. That does indeed help. Let me... flatten base? Is that something I want? I'm not sure actually. Not sure how much I want to play around with this as well. What if I do that? Does that even do anything? It does something, yeah. Okay. Should be a little careful with the height offset, I think. Height scale. Let's not have it too intense. Okay. Starting to get something that I like there. Mask random. Oh, masking. Okay, yeah. Forgot what masking was for a moment. So size, they should be a bit smaller. And there should be more of it. Maybe a bit bigger then. Okay. So what does that actually look like now? If I were to put that in there. Yeah. Can I get like a height of only the rocks? So remove that. Or no, I should remove that. Height offset. Height random off. Height scale. Flatten base. No. Cut out black pixels. No. Can I just remove the background somehow with that while still keeping things as they are? What if I were to cut out the background? Then I would still have the thingies. Okay. So that's how I can get just the pebbles. Wonderful. So then I can do a gradient for just the pebbles. Like that. And then get a blend node with this being the background, this being the foreground, and this here being the thing over there. Then we can go here. And have this be brighter. Oh, maybe a bit too bright. Gradient editor, we'll take smooth interpolation. A bit duller, something like that. Hey, look at that, we're starting to get some pebbles. That's looking pretty alright. Is looking pretty alright. Let's maybe make this a little less intense. So height offset, is it that? No, height offset doesn't change anything. Is it height scale? Yeah, it's height scale. Okay, a little less intense. Maybe something like that. Or should I have it be more intense? Oh dear. Ay, ay, ay. Do want to try a different ambient occlusion. There's two of them. I'm not sure which one is the better one. Oh, wow. Use physical size. Let's go Kusin uniform. Maximum distance. I'm very unsure. I feel like this ambient occlusion is good. So I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna take a levels node, put that in there, and then not entirely sure what I'm doing. There we are. Why couldn't I find that earlier? Okay, so move these a bit, take blend node, and I think I want to invert grayscale, maybe? Like that. And then blend. I want this as the background, this as the foreground, and then that way. Yeah. That, and then there we go. Yeah. Ooh, maybe I actually want a... Maybe I want a... What am I thinking of? Noise map? What is this? No. Noise. Do I want some kind of grunge concrete, maybe? Yeah. Put that in there. Oh, what the hell happened here? Why did it start turning blue in some places? What? What kind of blend node is this? Should be just a copy blend node. I am very confused over why that started turning blue. Copy. Add. What? Very unsure why things started turning blue. Let's see. That. Why are those so bright though? They shouldn't be. Opacity. could probably make it even smaller with more amount. Let's put that at 0.25. This as well, 0.25. And then the amount should be like 64. And 64. Then it's barely even noticeable. Yeah, barely even noticeable. Way too small. So let's go for 40 and 40. Same here. 40, 40. With a bit more scale. 0.5. That's better. My scroll wheel is being a little wonky. Okay. Okay, so we got that going. We got some small pebbles. Then we want some bigger rocks as well. So that's kind of where we want the like 17, 14, and then 0.75 scale. Seventeen, 14. And then we do a blend node of this as the background and this as the top, with only this as height. And then we do the same for this and that. Okay. So then we take that and we take that. Interesting. There. What have I done? What the fuck? Can't have iced coffee without ice, so lemonade it is for me. Oh yeah. Well, it's something at least. Enjoy. So good. Just no caffeine. Yeah. It's a shame. But might be a sign that shouldn't get any more caffeine for the day. Just maybe. So, what have I fucked up? This looks a little fucked. This looks a little fucked. Ah. I see what I fucked up. Where did I put this thing? Uh-huh. Okay, I'm on mobile. I can't see a lot on my screen. How's it going? It's going forward. I am just struggling a little bit. Trying to figure shit out. And I really should have made this a little clearer. Because it's a proper mess right now. So this should be over here. Should be over here. What did this connect to? Okay, so that connected to that. That made a lot of stuff. Now. No, because I don't have the levels node. There we are, and then that. Okay. And then we had this connect over here. And then it turned blue. For some reason. Okay. Explain like I'm 10 years old. Okay, so I am making pictures that will make a flat surface look detailed and not flat, but I also make pictures that makes the flat area reflect and have light in a well, it's hard to explain to a 10-year-old. But for some reason, things are not doing the things they should be thinking. Okay, so what does the... That's what that looks like. That actually looks fine. This looks fine. That looks a little intense. But that should be fine. I think. What is this even? That's an empty blend node. What is this? That is that. That is the roughness. Roughness looks good. Metallic looks good. I think the issue lies here for some reason. I also think the issue might be the height. Where am I putting in the height? Where do I get the height? Height is right there. And you do it with those square thingies? How? Yes, exactly. Probably not going to be able to wrap my head around that. Looks hella complicated and you're doing great, I think. Thank you. I'm trying to work out a good workflow that works well for me. So the first thing I did was that I sculpted stuff in a 3D software called Blender. Let me actually show you. Substance information. That's not where my stuff is. Here it is. Blender. Material sculpt. I believe that's the one. Okay. So here it is. I first started off by, let me turn off the matcap thing. So here is the dirt itself. I started off by sculpting this dirt material in a 3D software. So there is a 3D shape. I then turned this into a 2D image in this software by turning on this material here, which basically gives data in form of colors. So each color represents like a height data. I don't think I can explain it simpler than that. I don't fully wrap my head around it too well either. But that's basically what it is. So I take that 2D image, I put it into this program, and I mess around with it quite a bit. And then I turn it into whatever this monstrosity is here. Like on 3D maps. Yeah. Sort of. I think. Maybe. But I've managed to mess something up here. I think. So the height map. We're making them a bit too high. But I can barely even see the smaller pebbles. Height scale. As in hyposymmetric. I have no idea what hyposymmetric means even. Hypsometric. Let me Google that. Hypsometric map. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, pretty much. But I've managed to mess something up here. They show differences between heights. Yeah, that is exactly what it is. Then height scale. Why isn't the thingy here becoming more apparent? The rocks. Very... If I turn off, then they become very apparent, yeah. Why isn't it working? Why am I not getting any color for the smaller pebbles? Are they too small now? Is that it? Why are the bigger rocks turning blue? I still don't understand that. They should not be turning blue. The stronger the color, the more blue they become for some reason. I really don't understand that. What if I turn off the metallic map? Then they stop turning blue. But why are some of them so fucking bright? Jesus. What if I turn off the roughness? Ooh, looks like I got a river here now. Alright. Or just a frozen path. Okay. Maybe... Hello, welcome in, Sonny. I hope you're having a most wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy your luck. I'm doing okay. Just working on my little project here that I fucking can't wrap my head around why this shit is turning blue still. It really shouldn't be that impactful. Okay. So... No, not that way. No. And what if I take another and do the same thing there? What is even going on anymore? I can't see anything. I am perplexed. What if they can auto levels thing on that? It makes things worse. For sure. Auto levels on that one then. Interesting. Did that fix my issue though? What if I take two? I can't do that. Huh. Auto levels on this. Rocks and pebbles still stick out a bit too much, I think. them maybe in normal levels and try to cut down on the highs. Ooh, no. Maybe raise the bottom up a bit and cut off the top a little bit. What about that? Nope. Still makes the rocks a bit too intense. Okay, so that's basically nothing now. Move it back there. What about here? Can't even see the small pebbles after the auto levels. Can I do anything else with the auto levels? Nope. Auto levels on that, just that. That doesn't do, barely did something, but it did do something small. Multiply. Add linear dodge. Ooh, that kind of worked a bit better. Add sub. Oh. Max lighten. Either max lighten or add linear dodge. Did like the linear dodge a bit more, I think. Some of these rocks that are just standing out way too much. Not entirely certain what to do about those. How to cut them off. Is it really that high here? Some of them are, yeah. Should I do the auto levels immediately after here? Ooh. Maybe I should. Did that even do anything? Made it worse, actually. Hey, hey, hey. What if I have an auto levels on here? Ooh, okay. That's better. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, that is looking much better. Very promising. I just need to do something about the small pebbles now. So now they're sticking out a bit too much. Okay, okay. On to something now. Auto levels there. Bum, 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 bum. So this should maybe have an immediate auto levels, so that the smaller pebbles don't stick out too much. Maybe. How do I redo? There we go. Undo, redo. Okay. Let me have a look at the height on the small pebbles. This is the small ones, right? Yeah, height. That is 10. They should probably not be as high as it is. Let's put that at 5. 5 might be better. Barely noticeable, but somewhat noticeable. Yeah. Okay. Now I just need... Let me get rid of this. Let me put this over here. Let me do that, and that. Move this and that. Okay. This is such a mess. I am not sure how I'm keeping track of everything. Okay, so this is ambient occlusion. This is metallic. That is roughness. No, that is height. Should probably keep that up here. This is roughness. No, this is a part of the metallic map. Or is it? No, that is roughness, that is metallic. So I'm gonna keep it like this. Roughness, metallic. This is for the roughness. This is also for the roughness. So this is the background for the roughness. This is the pebbles for the roughness. Jesus Christ. This is the metallic. I'd keep it underneath as I mentioned earlier. Okay. Should maybe make this a bit brighter. Okay. Let me put a levels layer there. Or node. That makes it less bright. I want them to be a bit brighter. That's what I want. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Fantastic. It's getting to roughly where I want it to be. Babies are indeed very musical today. I can sense that I am making progress. They're just cheering me on. Hell yeah. Okay, so let's make things a little clearer. This is for the color. This is the normal. Let's just make it a straight line. This is the metallic. This is the roughness. Maybe I should move this here to make it less confusing. Try to make it less confusing. Okay. I've untangled my mess. It's a little bit more coherent now. Just a little bit. Ay. Ooh, my back. Okay, so I noticed that there are some pebbles here and there that have, well, some rocks have pebbles on top of them. And I want to try to avoid that, but I'm not sure how I could. I feel like a part of the rocks is bleeding into, like the color of the rocks is bleeding into the rocks. I should probably decrease that a tiny bit. Make it sharper, but also less that way. I think that's kind of what I want-ish. Maybe even a bit further to the other side. Maybe I should just put them together like that, roughly. Yeah, that's looking better. Then we have stuff like that I'm not entirely sure what it is. What is that? Why is that happening? Have a look at my normal map here. Yeah, there's this area here. What is going on there? This here has been like flattened off. And I think that's... does it have to do with my levels node? No. A node? No. If I put it all the way over here, it's still like that. Huh. Interesting. Is that just an issue with my sculpt? I don't see an issue here. I'm not sure why it's like that. I'm not sure why it's flattened off there. That is super odd. Does it have to do with my settings? It might have. The Skyrim music always makes me want to play it so bad. Oh, sorry. I do really enjoy having it on in the background. Global opacity? No. That just makes things worse. Normal. Mustafa helping me focus as I work alongside you. Well, you can have my playlist if you enjoy having it as background noise for when you work. What if I take the high quality one and change that to OpenGL? Relief balance, height intensity. Auto levels. Makes things worse. Height normalize. Oh, that's just straight up better. Maybe less intense height. I can probably make use of both of these. Maybe. Let me have a blend node. Why do I have caps lock on? Have this as the background and then this the foreground, and then maybe linear dodge. Multiply. Auto levels. Doesn't do anything, and then that there. Does that take care of the issue that I had? For the most part, yes. Almost. Maybe if I tone the opacity down a little bit. Yeah, I don't seem to have any flat areas in the normal map now, I don't think. Right, just there's still a bit of flat area here. Where am I not seeing it? There it is, yeah. We'll do another blend. That as the background, and this is the foreground, but this time linear dodge maybe? Or max lighten? Or min darken? Then we put that in there. No. Did that help with the flat areas? I think it did. Don't see any more flat areas here. Kind of feel like the height might be a bit ruined. Height intensity, let's decrease that a bit. Do we still have those flat areas is the question. I don't really see any like flattened areas. Maybe some here and there. What does this even do? I believe it was 16, right? It was 16 before, yeah. Can barely even see the small pebbles now. What happened to those? Let's have another blend node. That one there, this one there. Ah, no. Yeah, just exactly like that, and then we take this node in there. And then we put that into there. There we are. Now we have the small pebbles as well. And then we have a levels node to make it a little less prominent, just a little bit less. All right, better. Better for sure. Don't forget to hydrate, by the way. It's very important. What if I put this right in there? What if I put all of these in there? Would immediately become flatter. Wow, guys, the weather changed. It's so cold now. It's only 32 degrees. Wow, that's amazing, Pasta. Glad to hear it. Only 32 degrees? That's fantastic. Honestly, having it a little flatter like that feels a bit better. It's not like crazy amounts of height. Definitely think there is a balance to be had though. Blend this, then maybe multiply. And then another blend to make the pebbles a bit more prominent. Add. There we go. Then decrease that a little bit. Way too prominent right now. There we are. Just a little bit. Want them to stick out. Not too much. Okay, so this a little more intense, maybe. Maybe I want max lighten or min darken. Ooh. Just a little bit of min darken. Do I? Do I? Do I really? Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. My back. Then we're back here, which I don't really want. Auto levels kind of ruins things for me. Whoops. Auto levels. Let's have a look at that and then just do a levels node after that. Maybe this is more something that I want. Just raise everything up a bit. What if I have a what noise do I want? Do I want Gaussian noise? Might. I think that's just what I want. Just a simple thing like that. But that kind of ruins things as well. What? Ay, ay, ay. What if I put that there though? Maybe that's more like it. Just a little less intensity. What did I have again? Add sub. Add sub. There we are. And this was something else earlier. I should have it like that, and then was this multiply? I do like add sub, but just a little bit, not too much. But maybe this add sub should be a bit stronger. Maybe I should make this smaller. It's starting to get there now. Really starting to get happy with the shape. That Gaussian noise definitely helped out. Yeah, I definitely need that Gaussian noise. Okay, let's move things back another step. Okay. Let's put that over here. Let's move this back a bit as well. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that is not a good thing. Even if I remove that entirely, it's not an issue there. I think the issue lies there in the auto levels, maybe. Or is it here? Where does the issue lie? Was there? Yes. I think it's mostly fixed. Okay. Better. Better for sure, but it's a little too intense again. Okay, better. Much better. Okay. I feel like I can finally make some more rocks and pebbles now. Because so far I've only got one. And I want a bit more variation. But now I've got my shape splatters set up for my alphas. Let me do this actually. So that's a bit more clear where that's going. Let's do this like that. Make that a bit more clear. Okay. Okay. Dear Lord. Let's save this. We made great progress so far. I mean, look at this. Got my pebbles going, got my rocks going. We'll see about the quantity later on. First I gotta make some more rocks. And those two might be a bit too close to each other. Might be. Still some odd stuff going on. That might be a bit too much on the things here. Levels. Wrong way. I need to drag this. Ooh, wrong way. Honestly, I should do just a regular grayscale input like that, and then go for something around that. I think that's just better. Better way to handle it. Yeah, it's way better way to deal with the roughness and metallic. Okay. So that's settled. Let's actually put that thing over here. Maybe. No, let's just keep it there. Actually, let's drag this one down and pull this one up. Let's drag this up. There we are. A little clearer what things are. So that is grayscale input into this, into that. And wonderful. Oh, a little less tangled now. Can even drag this up. So we can have this over here. Beautiful. Okay, now things are a lot less messy. Nice, neat, clear. This part could be a little clearer. Let's just do this. And that. Okay. Better. Now let's make some more pebbles in Blender. So this one, okay, all frozen there for a moment, is not something we need. This one is not something we need at the moment. I have no idea what's going on, but it looks cool. Well, I am making a flat surface a lot more detailed, basically. By actually making stuff in 3D and turning them into 2D images. I might put this into Unreal Engine later on to see how it looks. But yeah, that is the gist of what I'm doing. Let me see how this looks on a sphere. So that's how it looks on a sphere. I understand what you're trying to do, I just don't understand the process. Well, there's a lot that goes into the process, so don't worry about that. But the sphere does look good. Too smart for me. I just got a lot of experience in this. Lots of game dev experience, game dev art, I guess. Yeah, looks good on the different shapes. Cube. And back to plain high res. Yeah, I'm liking how things are looking. I should play around a bit more with the scale. Randomness. Scale random should be maybe 3. Scale random cannot go. Scale no overlap. Scale random, scale no overlap. Oh, those are the small pebbles. These are the large pebbles. Scale random, higher. And scale no overlap, also higher. Oh. What is scale map multiplier? Not something I want, I guess. Alright, back to Blender. Let's make some new rocks. I'm gonna save this as a new file. Material sculpt. Rocks. Save as. And then let's just close it down real quick and open up the new file that I created. And remove some unnecessary things from the file. Like dirt material is not necessary anymore. Delete. Why can I not simply delete it? Do I need to be out here? Yes, I do. What about this one? The old rock might be good reference. What about this? That's definitely not necessary anymore. The birch material is not necessary anymore. What is this plane? Not necessary. The wood material. Oh, it seems to be crashing. Almost. Delete that as well. There we are. Okay, so this was the old rock. And let's save that. Now that I've gotten rid of some stuff. How big is this file now? 45 megabytes, and the other material sculpt 2.5 gigs. Nice. Okay. So let's switch off of this to this. And let's add a cube. Let's make it a bit smaller. Let's take this cube. Whoops. Nope. Please. Let's use the cube to cut the cube with something called Boolean node. So we take this, we add Boolean difference with that. Let's make this a bit bigger on that end. Still not cutting it entirely. There we are. Apply. Wonderful. Then we take this cube, rotate it something like that. We do another Boolean. Like that. Apply. We take this cube, move it somewhere over here. Whoops, rotate. Something like that. Move it down here. Something like that. Another Boolean. Boolean, however you pronounce it, I'm not sure. And then we do another Boolean over this way. Something like that. Boolean. There we are. Apply. Delete that cube. Now we've got some funky shape going on with our cube here. We can take the vertex over there, extend that a little bit. Maybe I should just take that face and extrude it. smaller, like that. Move it a little bit, like that. Take that edge, move it something like that. Take that vertex, move it down a little bit. Move this vertex, something like that. This vertex, maybe, I don't know. I should have done another boolean thing over here, I think. Shit. Hello. There we are. Shift A to add. There we are. Boolean. Apply. Should probably do the same on the other side, so it's not as much of a sharp edge. And apply. I think that's good enough. Yeah, this is something we can play around with now. Vertex, just maybe drag that in a little bit. Along with that. Yeah, that's got a good rock shape. Why is my Blender freezing? I don't understand why. Let's save. Let's add subdivision surface, simple. Let's add a few more vertices. Simple. So this doesn't want to cooperate all too well because of the Boolean node. So let's do remesh. Remesh. I don't want it to be smooth though. Can I kinda, yeah, make it sharp? That's actually perfect. And then I want the subdivision. Keep it simple. There we are. Finally. Now we can work with this. Save once again. Shade smooth. And let's go into sculpting. And none of my sculpting keybinds are saved. Wonderful. Love that. Do I really have to rebind them every time? I guess so. So I want this as 1, I want clay strips as 2. I want crease 3. I want... Was that flat or smooth? That was smooth. Okay. I did like fill, so I'm gonna assign that to 5. I'm gonna have scrape as 6, then grab as 7. So smooth, fill, scrape. Doesn't this have max hardness? It does have max hardness. Why does my blender keep freezing? It's real annoying. Don't understand why. Shouldn't have anything to do with performance issues. I have pretty damn solid PC now. Come on, Blender, please. Why are you acting like this? Do I need to update it or something? This is getting real annoying. Oof. Maybe it's time to add another subdivision. Modeling sub simple. Or do I wanna do Catmull clock maybe? Yeah. Oops. Whoops. Oh. Lower strength now. Can I change the brush? Oh, I can add a texture. Can I add this? Oh yeah, that is real good. That is real good scrape texture. Oh my god, why didn't I do that earlier? Ay, ay, ay. Blunder, please. Hey, welcome in, Darkness. I hope you're having a most wonderful Tuesday evening. How are you doing? How is life treating you? How's Germany? You did move to Germany, if I'm not mistaken, right? Indeed, I have a most wonderful day. That is fantastic to hear. Germany is good, real good. Hell yeah. Well, wonderful to hear. Really happy to hear that, honestly. It's starting to look a bit too organic. Oops. Gonna try to make it look a bit more blockish again. I'd be surprised how much faster it is to find a job here than Sweden. Oh, really? But who knows? I mean, it is awful trying to find a job in Sweden nowadays. Takes an eternity, feels like, at least. So I wouldn't know. The area I was in Sweden were not many jobs, so yeah. I just feel like that's just general thing. It's just real fucking hard to find a job in Sweden nowadays. But I'm glad that it's not that hard in Germany for you. This is not looking like a rock anymore. So I gotta make it look more like a fucking... Blender, hello, please work. How can I make it look more like a rock? Wrong tool. Maybe the texture isn't helping. That might be a good texture for later when I have a better general shape. But definitely like that look. Yeah. But it's so hard. It really is fucking hard. Getting a job in today's society at all is a fucking miracle. Crease, maybe? I don't know. I think I should start over. It's just becoming more and more organic. Rather than... Yeah, let's just start over. Material sculpt rocks. There we go. My option looks like a rock, I think. Though a bit more flesh look. Yeah, that is a problem. It was a bit too much fleshy. Too organic. This is what I had started out with. So let me just use the scrape. Of course it doesn't save anything. Assign shortcut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's take the scrape tool and immediately add the texture that I liked. Add more strength. Go here, shade smooth, back to sculpting. And I'm back into Guild Wars 2 again. Alright, that's awesome. I haven't gotten back into it myself yet. I might check out the latest expansion at some point. I don't know, not super into MMORPGs at the moment, even though I love the genre. I love MMORPGs in general, but I don't know. Haven't played anything recently. I've just not been in the mood, I guess. Just too much going on to dedicate the time for an MMORPG, I guess. I might check Janther Wilds out. I haven't even played the one they released before Janther Wilds. I feel like I'm smoothing it out too much. Maybe I need to subdivide more earlier. Radius, strength. Might be a bit too much strength, a bit too much radius. Though for a whole other reason, honestly, I just had the most grindy idea ever. And that idea is using a free to play account with all of its drawbacks and getting legendaries on it because, I don't know, fun, I guess. At least I have fun with it. That's awesome to hear. Now that gives me rock vibes. It's looking a bit more like a rock, but not too satisfied just yet. It feels a bit too flat. I don't know. I feel like I'm sculpting away too much of the main shape. What if I like add clay strips here and then here, then here, and then I continue scraping. Kind of feel like I ruined it too much there. Do I even have a decent block-ish type of brush? I don't know. Let me try the fill tool. And then let's see if I can make something out of this. Or if I should just start over. Yeah, clay strips is the way to go, I think. Starting to get more of a rock-like shape now. Just gotta be careful with the clay strips tool. It is a little dangerous to use. Yeah, that's definitely better than what I had before. Okay, let's add another subdivision. Shrub. It's another one. That's a lot. Let's decrease the strength a little bit. Let's use the scrape tool. Let's decrease the strength quite a bit. Let's get some details in there. It's a bit too harsh. Let's decrease the strength even further. Maybe we should use this tool instead. Oh, whoops. And switch this out. Increase that. Now it's starting to look a decent bit like a rock. Might need to get that scrape in again though. Just smaller strips here and there. I'm probably putting way too much effort into sculpting this rock. Way more than I need to. But it's a bit of a therapeutical thing for me, I guess. But hey, it's a rock at least. Yeah, it's looking decently right now. Looking like a rock-ish. Got some way too smooth shapes going on here. Might need to increase the strength again. Okay. I am putting way too much effort now. Way too much detail. But I kinda want to. Just a little bit more here and there. Just a bit more wear and tear. Make this brush bigger, just a teeny tiny bit stronger. There we go. Okay, I feel like I got a decent workflow now for making rocks. It is time to put this bad boy into Substance Painter. No, Designer, not Painter. Substance Painter is a different program that I won't be using today. But yeah, that is good enough. Actually, maybe one more subdivision. Or do I? Nah. It's a little overkill, maybe. Not texture paint, rendering. Is this rendering? Rendering? No, hypershade. There we are. Then we apply the existing material already. View render image. Let's move it down a bit. Something like that. View render image. Why does that show up? I really do not want that to show up. Render results. How can I disable that? Color and alpha, display channels. Color and alpha. Can I turn that off somewhere around here? Image. Save as. Substance Designer. Pebble 2. Alright, let's put that into Substance Designer and see what that looks like. Substance assigner, Pebble 2. There we have it. Import. Okie dokie. It also has the thing, which is annoying. There we are. Let's put that here. Ooh. Nice. Let's double check over here. How... I have more patterns there, yeah. So how do I add more patterns? Pattern rotation, pattern random, pattern input number. 2, 2, 2, and 2. And then we put this into the second pattern slot after we turn this into grayscale. And then we do that there, we do that there, and we do that there. Now, what has that done? It's given us some more variation in our rocks. Hell yeah. Oh my god, trying to do basic chores in this heat is horrible. Why is it so muggy? It's September. Yeah. I'm sorry. It is not ideal weather, to say the least. At least for chores. What is going on there? Is what I'm curious about. It's starting to come together real nicely. I just had to hoover where Percy and Asha had made a mess. They knocked over a plant pot and I'm dripping with sweat. I'm sorry. Well, soon enough it'll be proper cold weather, hopefully. Gonna have to look at how I did over here to avoid... Oh, I just did more splatter, I guess. Well, I put the splatter into the... Okay. So... Did I do big ones first and small ones later? I guess so. Big rocks first, small rocks later. Yeah. And here, it's small ones there and big ones there. Okay. So I'm gonna have to reconfigure this a bit, I think. So this one should go into this, if I'm understanding this correctly. No, other way around. This one should be going in there. Yeah, that still causes issues about overlap. But I'm getting there. I am getting there. I shouldn't need this then. Should just go to that immediately. I've made a proper mess now. I'm not sure where anything is going anymore. So this is for the big pebbles. This is for the small pebbles, but they do overlap, which is an issue. I don't remember how I avoided the overlap over here. So here we have those. Then we basically just have overlap. Is that how it was? Height. Skew from background slope. Height offset. Okay. Why was this different to this? It wasn't really too different. What did we have here? We already had a few things already going on. Okay. So I already had the big rocks going. Ish. Okay, so I shouldn't really be adding the background. I should just have a bunch of rocks and then a bunch of pebbles. The problem is that the pebbles overlap. Conform to background. How do I make the small pebbles not overlap the big ones? I just had this, then auto levels and into this. Okay, maybe I should put an auto levels in between first. So here we have an auto levels. It still puts them on top, which I do not want. What happens if I remove that all levels? How does this look right now? Ugh, awful. the rocks are even overlapping each other. Size random, scale no overlap. And then all 2 levels there. Do I still have rocks overlap? Well, the pebbles overlapping the rocks. I do. But mask is something I could use. Is that something I've used here? Did I use a mask? Mask random. I did use a mask. Okay. So I want a mask for the areas where the pebbles, well, the big rocks aren't. Okay, right, yes. So I wanna invert, not color, invert grayscale. Like that, and mask random. And then we shouldn't have any overlap, correct? We're still having some overlap right there. Or have I just not? Oh, right, I need to plug it into both. That didn't do anything. View. Hello? Why have you not done anything? How is there still overlap? Oh wait. No, there is. Oh no, there it is. You piece of shit. Is there any other overlap anywhere else? I don't see any other overlap. This is real annoying. Why is there like one singular overlap? I should do that. Did I fix the overlap? No. What is going on right there? Like, is it this thing itself? Is that the issue? Where is the issue arising? I feel like it's that one rock or something going on to the side here. Let me have a look. I feel like it's that one rock there that has the overlap. Was it over here? No. There it is. Yeah. So it is this. So what do I do? Masking, mask random. Okay. I don't think there is any more overlap now that I've applied the mask properly. Maybe? Yeah, it seems so. Yes, exactly. No more overlap. Wonderful. So what if I do add the background here now? Things are looking better. The outer levels is kind of ruining things. That is to be expected. What does this look like? At this point, I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I'm not sure what this is for anymore. There's rocks overlapping each other. Where? There. Why? Where? Is it here? Or is it somewhere else along the line? Okay, that over there. So, okay, so this is where the overlap happens. Okay. So view in 3D. I don't know if this autosaves, but this is your reminder to save. Thank you. It does not autosave. Should probably just redo this because I feel like I've lost. Aye, maybe I shouldn't do that. So what is the setting that makes this so bright again? Is it the... It is the height scale. So this was 1248. And there we go. And the height offset was 1. Was there anything else to it? I don't see anything else. Right, this has auto thingy turned off. So if I do that now, it is gonna be the same. Okay, just checking. Those shapes are different. The shapes are different because of the background slope, I think. So I need the background to get the same slope. Yep. Okay. There we are. Aye. So if I look here and look there. Yeah, okay. This is the one. Is it the one that makes it super bright? I don't remember what this one is specifically for. Let's do an auto levels there. And the rocks become super fucking bright for some reason. Then let's decrease this. Do I even need this is the question. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Where does that come from? That comes from there. Auto levels. I feel like I don't even need this. I could just run it through here immediately. Yeah, the pebbles are showing. The rocks are getting their color. Okay. Things are working. Damn, I want to learn Blender too hard. It is a lot to take in to learn Blender for sure. I'm not even using Blender right now. I'm using Substance Designer, which is an entirely different program. And shit is hard. Let's just put it like that. I just want to get the levels right before I finish off for today. Feel like I should blend these. Very subtly though. Like that. To get a bit more height. There we are. Now things are starting to pop. Things are getting their colors. Okay. I feel like I've finally gotten something decent going now. The rocks might be a bit too big. I need to make them a bit smaller. And make them a bit more something like that maybe. Just a teeny tiny bit more to the side. Yeah, so they're not as flat as they were. They were a bit too flat before. Yeah. Things are starting to look good. Me likey. Oh, look at that rock. I sculpted that thing. Let's go. But yeah, decent progress today. Got the rock splatter thing set up. Sculpted another rock. I'm starting to feel like this is closing in on being done. I want at least 2 more rock variations in there before I can start considering this done. So 2 more types of rocks that I need to sculpt. Then I can start to call this done. But it is definitely better than my last attempt at making a dirt path with rocks. So this is what this looks like right now. And what I made like 2 years ago now looks like this. Or no, it wasn't this that I made. This is me following a tutorial, which has very, very jagged rocks. Let me close this down. Close package. No. Let me see if I can find the one that I made how long ago. This PC should be wrong folder, Substance Designer. So that's the mountain path tutorial. Would that be in Forest Guardian? Is the Forest Guardian the correct folder? Is it? I don't think so. Where actually is it? Is it in here? Or Tria? Xjob? Assets? Was it Subdesigner? There we go. Path. There we go. Yes, 12. So this is what my old dirt path looked like that I made 2 years ago. The rocks are not great at all. Jesus Christ. The dirt itself might have been good. I might need a bit more. I might need more color and well, something going on in the dirt itself. A bit more texture in the dirt. But the rocks are better. I just need to splatter out some more rocks, maybe. Maybe I just use this texture. Oh, what the hell is going on there? Blending those two with that. Maybe I use something else than copy. Add sub. Ooh, no. Multiply. No. Min darken. Interesting. What if I do an auto levels on this? Didn't change much. But I should probably smooth interpolation. Add some more variation here. Add linear dodge. Something like that, maybe. And this should just be copy, maybe. Or linear dodge or anything like that. Materials, I should have some tessellation going on, so we can see the details a bit better. Max lighten, maybe. That's a bit better. Now there's a bit more life in it. So let's have a look at sphere. Have a look at cylinder. I pretty much need to splatter out a bit more rocks, I think. Plain high res. So what if I turn up the amount to like 25 and 23, 24 apparently, 25 and 24. The rocks become smaller? Yeah, they do. Is it because of the scale no overlap? Yeah. 0, 35. I think I should have a bit more variation in this though. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better for the rocks. But let's make this a bit darker. Just copy maybe. I did like the linear dodge. just maybe levels afterwards. Makes it a bit less bright. Just not too much. Something like that. Starting to take good shape. I feel like these might do a bit too much. If I were to put that through there and then decrease this. Oh my god. Oof. That's way too much. I feel like this is too dampening. I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. I don't want to mess around with things too much until the point where I regret what I'm doing. I really like my progress today. The rocks have taken really good shape. And it's really coming together now. I do want to mess a bit more around with the dirt itself. Not too happy about the height of it. It's not something I'm gonna mess around with. Texture a little bit as well. Just generally the way it looks. But yeah, it is starting to look pretty good. Need 2 more rocks for variation. Then I'll start being a bit more happy about how things are looking. But yeah, thank you all so much for swinging by and just watching me work on this, practice my game dev skills. It is very much needed. I feel like I'm getting a better grasp on things now. Far better than I used to have, at least. Let's get rid of that and save once again. I should randomize the texture a little bit somehow if I can, because all the rocks are looking uniform-ish. Like, especially this cluster of rocks are looking samey. Yeah, I definitely need to do something about that. But yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping things up here. Thank you all so much for swinging by. And I hope you have a most wonderful rest of the evening. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.